Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that you do not miss another video. Thank you and love you. Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Now in today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you how you guys can basically save salary cap. These are some salary cap tips in Madden 20 that you guys can use to save some cap and basically get some room to sign the big name players like Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and whatnot. And pretty much, guys, we're just going to head straight into it. So the first tip that I'm going to have for you guys here, my phone's like right down here. It has the whole list. First tip is basically to look at salaries and trade away anyone you can for picks. Now, what you're going to be looking for here, just sort it by the cap hit for the current year. So you want to trade away anybody that's above 30, that's 30 years old or above, and they are below a 95 overall. But the biggest thing is, too, the big thing is, if they're on one-year deals, don't touch them. Like Devin McCourty, he's on a one-year deal. Do not touch him. You know, he's that kind of thing. But, for example, Dante Hightower, great example here. And also, trade away anybody you can that's below an 85 overall and, like, 28 years old. Like, that's the biggest thing here. Like, Dante Hightower, 29 years old, 83 overall. At 30 years old, he's going to go down 2 or 3 overall points, and he's going to keep going down as the years go on. So do you really want to pay a guy $11 million in 2020 who could be like an 80 overall? So that's the exact thing that you want to look for here. I honestly do not care. I don't care. I honestly don't. So what we're going to do, though, is we are going to be trading him away. And I'm going to show you guys really what you can get for these kind of players. So Dante Hightower, for example, the Bengals are interested. And you know the Bengals, man, they have a pretty good pick because their team is not really that good. So first round pick, let's just test it out. Boom. As you can see, already halfway. So let's see. Another guy that we can give up. Let's see. Maybe Brandon King possibly. We got Kumalu. We could possibly give up. Okay, that didn't really do much. And yeah, I mean, you can go ahead, though. You could possibly get first-round picks for some of these guys. Like, it's just that kind of thing. So we'll trade away this left guard. So we're really trying to, like, give them bottom-of-the-barrel guys. But still decent guys. Like, Jamie Collins is perfect. He's getting paid $3 million. Not bad. It's going to be off the cap. And as you can see, boom, we got a first-round pick out of it for Dante Hightower and Jamie Collins. So we just, you know, traded away cap right there. Very, very cool. And also, basically, that is, you know, basically the first tip. Now, the second tip that I have for you guys is save about $10 million in the free agency period. Now, you know how in the free agency period you'll have, like, let's say $30 million, $40 million to spend. You go out, you get all your players. Basically, what you want to do, you want to set about $10 million aside for re-signing players. Like, for example, let's say I go out and I sign, like, the best players. Yet when I go to re-sign players the next season, I'm not going to have a lot of money to do that. I'm not going to have a lot of flexibility. So if you know, you put aside like $10 million where you don't sign any players, you'll be able to re-sign all these guys. And it's, you know, it's very, very key that you'll be able to re-sign the big key players and you'll have some money set aside. Yeah, now, yes, you could sacrifice a few free agents, but then again, what would you rather want? Getting 2 free agents or losing 5 players? You know, it's that kind of thing. Like, it's just, it comes down to that. Money management is key. So set aside about $10 million in the free agency period. That way you can go and re-sign the next year. So the next thing that I have to stress upon, this is major, is going to be stats. So let's say, for example, let's go to my salaries real quick. I'm just using the Patriots as an example. I could probably use a better team for this, but like, let's say, for example, Devin McCourty, let's say, let's get like Shaq Mason, for example, right? Shaq Mason, I'm paying $7 million, $8 million, $9 million, like that kind of thing. I'm paying him a lot of money to be the right guard on the New England Patriots. Now, let's say we go and look at the stats at the end of the year, and we go to player stats, and we go to blocking, and we look at sacks allowed. And let's see, let's just do this hypothetically. You know, Shaq Mason gave up 10, 11 sacks this year. Do I really want to keep him around? You know, because I'm paying him a good amount of money. I'm paying him $8 million. Do I really want to keep him around and possibly risk, you know, losing money on guys that I can sign? I can go out and get a better right guard, or I can draft one. You know, it's that kind of thing. So if a guy isn't performing well, like let's say a defensive player getting paid $10 million a year, gets under 95 tackles, I'm going to trade him because he is not performing up to the standards that I expected. Now, you could choose to give him another season, that's fine, but then again, you want to win now. You want to be in that kind of mentality where you want to win as soon as possible. So if a guy isn't performing and he's getting paid a lot of money, definitely trade him, see what you can get, and that's pretty much it. So the next thing that I have to go, you know, another stressor here, re-sign as quickly as possible. The major key players, like for example, you know, Joe Thuney, his negotiation period is week 4. I would like to go ahead and get a deal done as soon as that week 4 period comes up. So as soon as Joe Thuney comes up, I want to go and try to re-sign him as quickly as possible, because this is one of the key players on our team, and it's going to be very clutch if we can get him back. So, you know, what I would do first is when we get to the week 4 period, I'm going to offer him the fair offer, which is 25.6 over 3 years, 9.66 signing bonus, and then 35.2 overall. So I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to basically give him the fair offer. Now, if he does decline, what we'll do in that situation is then we'll come back the next week. We'll give him like a $0.5 million, a $500,000 increase. We'll give him a $500,000 increase in both the salary, the signing bonus, and, you know, just the overall total. We'll give him a $500K increase, and if he doesn't, you know, accept that, then we're going to kind of work our way up until eventually he does sign. Now, don't overpay though. If you're putting like $2 to $3 million extra dollars, don't overpay. Just let him go if he doesn't want to sign back. You know, just let him go. Even if he's a good player. I mean, if you're paying a lot of money to try to get this guy back, like, don't overpay. That's the biggest thing. And, you know, that's another thing I have to stress over. Now, my next tip is, this is kind of, you know, tied into the re-signing. Don't over-re-sign. Like, for example, we got Josh Gordon, right? 28 years old. He's an 83 overall. But he is looking at $42.8 million over 4 years with a $13 million signing bonus. That is a lot of money to give up for a guy who's 28 years old. Probably won't hit a 90 overall, but hey, you never know. But still, he probably won't hit a 90 overall, and pretty soon he's going to regress. Who knows? He could be below an 80 overall, and you'd be paying him a lot of money. Keep in mind, it's a 4-year contract, so it goes up to the age of 32. So if it were me, I would let him go. I'd let him walk because it's too much money. $42.8 million is way too much money to be spending on a guy who's going to regress in 2 years. Now, another guy, Kyle Van Noy, 77 overall. He wants $21 million and a $15.3 million. He wants $15.3 million over 3 years with a $6 million signing bonus. This guy, probably by the age of 30, he might be below a 75 overall. Do you really want to be paying a guy when he's 31 years old below a 75 overall that much money? In my opinion, I don't, so I'm going to let him go. But like Philip Dorsett, for example, he's a depth piece. He doesn't want that much money. Re-sign him. Another guy, Jonathan Jones, doesn't want that much money. He's 25, 76 overall. Good overall. Keep him around. You know, Don Limit, obviously don't re-sign anybody that's like 30 years old because they are going to progress. Probably drop under 70 overall if they are in the mid-70s. But like Danny Shelton, for example, good depth piece. He only wants a 1-year deal worth $2.4 million. That's not that bad. So definitely sign him back, and Landon Roberts and stuff. Pretty much like you get the thing. You know, you get pretty much what I'm saying here. But guys, that's pretty much all that my video is. I'm just kind of giving free agency tips. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like, smash 5 likes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Most importantly, stay classy.